Alright, so I told you guys that I'm going to do a soap and put it up on my YouTube channel so that you can see it. And tonight I'm going to be doing a mix with honey and oatmeal scrub. And this particular one, you know, I love to use essential oils, but tonight I'm going to be using Vermont maple from Brambleberry, and okay, local honey, some Crafter's Choice oat scrub, and some coconut milk, right? And I'm going to show you that in a little while. So my oil is already poured, and this is my lye water. So I'm going to pour in my lye, right? It's pretty cool. Now I noticed that when I let my lye water get cold, it gives me a little problem to store until saponify and get to trace. So I'm going to leave that there for a little bit. And then my mixture is somewhere in the region of about 3,000 grams. So I'm going to now just weigh some of my oats. It's the first time that I'm actually making this recipe, so I'm quite excited to see how it's going to turn out. So I'm getting in there about, let me do 48 grams. I'll work with that. And I'm going to just get some honey in there as well. And just about 41, let me make it 48 grams of honey. This is local Jamaican honey. It actually went to 51, but I'm working with that. I'm using the scale, but I'm not going to be focused so much on weight. Each of the mixture, the honey and the oat and the coconut milk, they're over 10%, so I'm good with that. I'm not advertising a brand of coconut milk, so that's why I'm not showing you that. And I'm just going to get my spatula here and just stir it all together. So the ingredients come together. That is supposed to be an awesome soap. And then of course when I get that fragrance in there, like I tell you, I'm not a fan of fragrances, but I've decided to use that one tonight because all my other soaps are essential oils, so I'll give people a choice. So let me get that going. Oops. Just about 3,000, a little under 3,000 grams. So it's coming together. Like I said, I noticed that for me, it works better when the mixture is cold. And this way, I feel like the properties that I'm using, whether I'm using turmeric or any other property, will not be affected by heat from the lye. So let me repeat that. Like when it's cold, the properties will not be affected. Now for first time persons who are doing this for the first time, please ensure that you're wearing your gloves and a mask if necessary when you're dealing with your lye. But we did that process already, and so I'm out of the danger zone pretty much. So we're getting that mixture in there to get everything in. And now I just go in and break it up. Alright, so now I'm going to be putting in my Vermont maple fragrance. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. Now you find that the fragrances are pretty strong, so 2 should do. Oh, I feel like I want to put a little more. Crazy me. Alright, so fragrance in. And now we're going to try to go to trace, right? So see, with not too much, it's coming together. Just a little more. It's not quite there yet. See, it's still watery. So we just do a little more, making sure that we break up particles on the inside. So this is going to be a gentle scrub for the body, and with the honey and coconut milk powder, it's just going to be a delicious. I can see the pores just saying, ah. We're putting no colorants in there, so it's going to be naturally colored. And apart from the fragrance, it's pretty much all natural except for the fragrance oil. Alright, so those of you who saw me weighing, the oils were already weighed and that was accurate, but I made an error with the weight of my additives, and so I said I wanted to put in 10%, but what I did put in was actually 1%. So I've actually made it up because I want that honey to be rich in there, and also the oats and the powdered milk. So of course I put more in there, and there you can see it on top there, and now I'm stirring it in, and you can notice that the mixture is actually getting even thicker. So I just wanted you to note that correction, which is why it is important to weigh everything before time. But you know how it is sometimes. It's a craft. There is a science to it. There's math to it, and we need to pay attention. So I just wanted to correct myself on screen so those of you who are watching can learn from it. And there it is, not quite at trace yet, but it's actually getting thicker. Alright, so you see we're closer. We're almost at trace. Now it's getting nice and thick. It smells divine. And it looks like a porridge. But hello, this one is not going in your mouth. This one is food for your skin. So if you look carefully, you can see it's coming together. Trace is actually when you take the stick blender out, and the drizzle that comes off it actually sticks on top of the mixture, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So let's see if we are there now. Okay, you can see a bit of it there. I could go a little more, so I'm not going to turn on the blend. I'm just going to mix a little more. It's a nice exercise for the arms, and boy, my arms need the exercise. Alright. Ooh, look at that. If I were making porridge, this is what I would want it to be. So there you should be able to see trace now. See little puddles on top. So this mixture that I'm doing, I'm not doing cold process. I'm actually doing a hot process soap. And I estimate that it takes me probably about 3 hours because I do everything myself, washing up, making sure everything is sanitized. And but like I said, it's a craft. It's well worth it. My entire family bathed with all the soaps that I make. Now, as I said, this one I'm making for the very first time, but I can't wait to try it out. All right, now this is evidence of trace. You can see that there. And I drizzle it and it stays on top. So what I'm going to do now is remove the stick blender, and I don't want anything to waste, so I'm just gonna scoop this out, Scoop this out. Nothing should go to waste. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished with my hot process soaps, the residue that's there, I usually add a little water and make it into a body wash. So my house is not out of body wash and soap, right? So we're gonna turn on our crock pot and put on our cover, and we're gonna see you in, you can stir it every 15 minutes, but honestly I'm past that now. So what I do is I set my alarm clock and I let this mixture cook for about an hour, an hour and 15 minutes, as you know, either an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. In this case I'll make it an hour and 15 minutes, and then we come back to see where we're at and to scoop it out in our mold. So see you in a little while. Alright, so it's an hour and 15 minutes that has passed, and we're opening our crock pot. And yes, that's the voice of my mother, me saying it looks like a pudding. And of course, you know my tagline, Taynas Body Care tagline is food for your skin. And this is our hot process soap. And like I'm saying, I'm making it for the very first time. So I do cold process soap, but I love hot process because as soon as it is finished, or 15 minutes, it's a soap that is ready for use. So there you have it. Remember, it has our honey in there, it has our oats, and it has our coconut milk powder, and it has turned the mixture golden brown. Is that golden brown or honey brown? Let's see. So it's time for molding. So we're gonna start the process and get it in. You can see that we have our wooden mold, but it is lined with grease paper, and try my best to ensure that everything here is done nice and sanitary. So I'm gonna just continue to mold, and when we're finished, we'll show you how we cover this up to make sure that it's properly insulated in so that it can get nice and cool. So it's actually tomorrow morning that we will cut this. It has a lot of coconut oil and coconut milk. It has olive oil as well and a couple other oils in it. And what will happen is, because of the coconut oil, if you keep it too long to cut, it's going to be very hard. And so cutting it first thing in the morning, I'm looking forward to what it's going to be like, and I'll do a cutting video to show you. But right now I'm just trying to get it into our mold. Alright, so we've gotten our mixture in the mold. I'm just going to garnish with some oats. Now sometimes what happens here is that when if it gets too dry on top, the garnish doesn't get into the stay on top. It will dust off when you're through. So I wanted to put on that first, and then just to make sure that the mixture is level. Oops. Sometimes I do it on the floor, but today I just want it to be level. And then I'm just going to use my spoon just really want to get it nice and leveled, you know. Could probably put a little more on top. I'm also going to just put on a little alcohol because I don't want it to get ashy on top. And then I'm just going to press again, because when this is dry, I don't want to see the garnish of the oats on top falling off the soap, you know what I mean? Alright, there we go. Now we are going to just put on our cover. It's a board cover. So we put that on. And then finally, have this nice big towel here. And I'm just going to put it over so it will keep some heat in. And tomorrow morning, I usually put more on it, but this is nice and thick, so it really doesn't need a lot more. And then sometimes, as I said, what I'll do is the residue that's in the pot, right? You can see the residue. I'll just add a little water. I just add a little deionized water. And just use my spoon to get that scum off it. So nothing goes wasted. And my family and I will use this either as body wash or soaps for our hands in the bathroom, right? So pretty much we always have soap. We always have soap. So to get this melted, I'll just leave the crock pot on warm for a little bit. And then tomorrow morning, I'll add this to the other body wash in the house and nothing gets wasted. So I'll do a cutting video in the morning. Alright? Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Press the subscribe button. Press it, press it, press it, press it. Share this with your friends. This is Tanya from Taynas Body Care, Jamaica, saying hi Jamaica, hi world. This soap, I'm going to call it Heaven. Heaven.